Hello everyone. Today we are discussing a capital budgeting technique that is called as payback period. What do I mean by capital budgeting techniques? Is like we are evaluating some projects and we are trying to come to a conclusion as to whether that project should be accepted or not. So to come to that decision, there are various techniques. One of that is payback period. I will say this is a bit illogical and a theoretical concept because it is not widely used. Once I solve it, you will understand that okay, why we don't rely too much on payback period. But yeah, as it is there in your course, we are discussing it. What do I mean by payback period? In the last video, we discussed what do we mean by a project. What is a project? A project is an activity done by the company where they are investing a huge sum of money and in the future they will get cash flows out of it. So say for example, I see a company is looking for an expansion program and they see that today some 500 crore rupees will be invested. Always remember in FM, whenever I say today means year zero. That is the amount to be invested today. So 500 crores will be invested. This project will be viable for, say for example, 4 years. And every year you will get some cash flows out of it. Say for example, 200, 150, 100 and 200. These are the estimated cash flows from this project. Now we are trying to decide whether we should accept this project or not. So what is this payback period? It tells is basically how much time it takes for the project to recover your money. So if I ask a simple question, you are investing 500 crores today, please tell me how much time it is taking for you to recover that 500 crores. Say for example, I say up to year 1, you have recovered 200. Okay, up to year 2 you have recovered additional 150, so 200 recovered earlier plus 150, in all 350 is recovered. Still the payback of the entire capital is not done. Let us go to the third year. Third year we say okay, more 100 is recovered, means 350 plus 100, this is 200 plus 150, 350 plus 100, I get 450. I have to recover still 500. So we say, can I say in the fourth year, of course, you are recovering 200 and you are supposed to recover only 50. So can I say there is the payback happening somewhere post third year and pre fourth year? So your payback is nothing but that time period into which your initial investment is getting recovered. So I want the exact time. So can I say if 200 crores is the cash flow in 12 months, but we were supposed to recover only 50, or we are trying to find that period into which we recover this 50 rupees, can I find it proportionately? We can do it. If 200 is cash flows earned in 12 months, assumption is these cash flows are coming evenly throughout the year. So can you tell me in how many months basically we can recover? Can I say it is 1/4? Means basically 3 months. So if I ask you what is your payback period? Your payback period is 3 years plus 3 months. Let us try one more example. If I read the cash flows a bit, same investment 500. This time project is only for 4 years. Yes, let us try to find what is the payback period. Again, investment is of 500 crores. In the first year, 100 recovered. Still balance amount is 400. Second year, we have recovered additional 200, means 200 plus 100, 300 is recovered. Amount to be recovered still is 500. up to the third year end, 300 plus 300, you have recovered 600. Means can I say your payback is somewhere before third year itself? So it is post second year, pre third year. So how do we find it? Now I am giving it an official name. How do we do it? We try to find, it is called as cumulative cash flow. It is called as cumulative cash flow. This is cash flow. I am trying to find CCF, cumulative cash flow. What do you mean by CCF? 500 is invested today, 100 recovered means still 400 negative is the balance. 200 recovered means still 200 is the negative balance. And from this 300 means now here you are becoming positive. Means we can understand one thing, that our payback period lies between these two periods and at the end 250. So whenever you are trying to find the payback period, you will select such two numbers, one negative, one positive. Means whenever your cash flows will become positive, that period and the earlier period, between that 2 years, your payback period should lie. So it will be 2 plus 2 years plus there will be some months. Let us try to find those months. So can I say, okay, up to second year end, you have recovered 300. Up to second year end, you have recovered 300. Out of 500 means 200 pending. And in third year, the cash flows are 300. So 300 if you have earned in 12 months, how many months it will take to recover 200? Just cross multiply 200 into 12 on 300. You get 8 months. Means if I ask you what is the payback period, the payback period is 2 years and 8 months. And how are we going to evaluate? This is only calculation. Now, basically what we are trying to decide is whether this project should be accepted or not. So, when you get this payback period, now you have to compare this payback period with the target payback period. The company has a policy that they accept only such projects which has a payback period of less than 2 years and 6 months. So if they have such a criteria, their target payback period is 2 years, 6 months, means if any project is having payback period beyond that, it will be rejected. Can I say we are having payback period beyond that period, the project will be rejected. Vice versa, if they say that their payback period is 4 years, means any project whose payback period is up to 4 years will be accepted, the project will be accepted. So we are comparing the project payback period with the target payback period. There is one more way to do it. See, for example, there are two projects, A and B. Project A has a payback period of 2 years. Project B has a payback period of 3 years. Logically tell me which project should be selected. Should we delay the payback, or the earlier the payback, it's better for the company? Of course, earlier. Because as a businessman, I want to recover my cash as soon as possible. So you will say A will be better than B. Means A will have more weightage over B, or A will be selected over it. But don't you feel it is very illogical? Means I am saying that the 500 today and the 100 after 1 year, 200 after 2 years, and so on, they are treating each and everything as same cash flow. But we know that there is time value of money. But this is completely ignored while doing the payback period. I told you at the start only that payback period is not really that method which is taken by the companies to operate. Why? A very, very, very big problem. It is ignoring the basic fact that there is some time value of money. Ideally, 500 today is not equal to 200, 100, 300 in the future. Not at all. Because the worth today or the money today is more valuable than money after 1 year or in the future. But that fact is completely ignored while using the payback period. That is the first drawback. Second drawback, what after payback period is ignored? Like say for example, if I am telling there are two projects A and B, same example. Payback period is 2 years over here it is 3 years. Purely based on payback period, I am coming to a conclusion A is better. But what if the total life of A is only 2.5 and total life of B is 5 years? Ideally, we are just covering what is the time period in between which I am covering my initial investment. But what after payback period? If your payback period is equal to the total life, then what? Ideally, if I look towards your entire life, can I say project B can turn out to be a better project than A? Because it will give you cash flow for a longer period of time. But that fact is again ignored when you are finding payback period. So two main problems. One, time value of money ignored, which cannot be accepted in FM. Second, what after payback period is completely ignored. Hence, we say this is one of the traditional methods to evaluate. Generally, small businessmen will use payback period. We will never find top companies using payback as the criteria to evaluate any project. Okay, but I hope the concept is okay. We have a better version of this. They have taken care of this problem, time value of money, and they have made or some changes to payback period, and they have added a modified version known as discounted payback period that you will understand in the next video. So this is taking care of time value of money, but traditional payback period has no relevance as such. Last, to summarize, what is payback period? The time period between which your initial investment will get recovered. Columns will be year, cash flow, cumulative cash flow. You will select such two cash flows where one is negative, one is positive, and your payback period will lie between that period. And that will be 2 plus or 3 plus something. That plus will be in months that you need to compute using unitary method. And you have to compare that payback period with the target payback period or with the payback period of any other company. Thank you.